Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine. So as we have finished our third lesson and we are moving to the fourth lesson, the northern plains. The northern plains, PLAINS, plains. Okay, so what they are saying, we already know that the northern mountains stretch across the northern boundary of India. They include the Himalayan ranges, the highest mountain in the world. So as we know that the northern mountains are in the north, they are stretches across the northern boundary of India, and they include the Himalayan ranges to the highest mountain, that is the highest mountain in the world. Now, coming to the lesson here, the twins are discovering more and more about their country, India. INDIA, India. INDIA, India. And it is varied landform. See, the twins are researching more and more about their country. They are discovering more and more about their country and getting the information about the different various landforms. LAND, land, FORMS, land forms. Now they now know that Delhi is the capital of India. Delhi, DELHY, Delhi is the capital of India. Lies in the northern plains. So Delhi lies in the northern plains. It is a flat region that stretches from Punjab, PUNGAB, Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. Assam, ASSAM, Assam in the east. See, the northern plains are the flat region that starts from Punjab in the west to from Assam in the east. With the help of map also we will see, students. First we will finish this. Okay, the northern plains are fed by many Himalayan rivers. See, the northern plains are fed by, means it was prepared by many Himalayan rivers. These rivers are bound out of snow-capped mountains and flow down into the plains. These rivers born by the snow-capped mountains, the mountains which was covered with the snow, and flow down into the plains. Along with water, this river carries sand, soil, and small bits of rocks. These are deposited in the valleys and plains. This fine soil or silt is known as alluvium. This fine soil or silt is known as alluvium. ALLUVIUM, alluvium. So this kind of soil is very good for growing crops. The northern plains are thickly populated, which means many people live here. Thickly populated, THICKLY, thickly populated, POPULATED, populated. See what they are saying, that the northern mountains are fed by Himalayan rivers and these rivers born by the snow-capped mountains and flow down into the plains. And with water, these rivers carry sand, soil in small beds, and also these are deposited many valleys. And because of this, the soil is very silt. It is known as alluvium, and that's why this kind of soil is very good for growing crops. Northern plains are thickly populated. What do you mean by thickly populated, students? Which means many people live here. So let us join the twins and find out more about the fertile northern plains of India. So the story of three basins, BASINS, basins. What is basin, students? See, an area that is watered by the rivers is called a basin. An area that is watered by the rivers is called a basin. So all the mighty rivers flow through different basins on their way to the sea. See, all the rivers flowing from different basins on the way of sea. So sometimes they are joined by other river called tributaries. Sometimes they are joined by the other rivers called tributaries. TRIBUTARIES, tributaries. A tributary is a river or stream that flows into a large river. What is tributary? It is a river or a stream that flows into a large river or lake. Three main rivers, the Satluj, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, provide water for irrigation of crops and other activities to the different river basins in the northern Indian plains. There are large number of towns and villages by the banks of these rivers. See, what the basins is the area which was covered with that a watered by the river, that is a basin, and rivers flow from different basins on the way of sea. So they are joined by other rivers, that is known that called tributaries, and tributaries flow into a large river or a lake. So we are having main rivers like Satluj, Ganga and Brahmaputra, which provide water for irrigation of crops. Irrigation, IRRIGATION, irrigation of crops, and other activities to the three different river basins in the North Indian plains. There are a large number of towns and villages by the banks of these rivers. Now we will move here. See, this is our India map. See, the green color part is the part for which is saying that this area is covered with the northern plains. Okay, see from Punjab. Here from Punjab it is starting and ending in the Assam. Okay. Now we will see about the Satluj Basin. Satluj Basin. The Satluj River originates in Tibet near Kailash. Tibet near Kailash. Tibet, Tibet near Kailash. 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 Mansarovar Lake flows through Himachal Pradesh to enter Punjab. From Punjab it flows into Pakistan and join river Indus. Indus, Indus, which ends in the Arabian Sea. See here, what they are saying that here the Satluj River originates through Tibet and Kailash, and they are, see here, the Satluj River it is flowing by the Mansarovar lakes through Himachal Pradesh, and here Himachal Pradesh is there. So it is flowing into Pakistan and join river Indus, which ends in the Arabian Sea. See, which ends in the Arabian Sea. Punjab and Haryana lies in the Satluj River. Here Punjab and Haryana is there. So they lies in the Satluj River basin. So the Bhakra Dam. What do you mean by dam, students? Dam means a wall that is built across a river to hold the water back. A wall that is built across a river to hold the water back is known as dam. Has been built across the Satluj to provide electricity and irrigation facilities to the surrounding areas. So now we will see about Ganga basin. The Ganga has its origin in the Gangotri glaciers. Okay, high up in the Himalayas. Here it is known as Bhagirathi. So river Yamuna, the main tributary of the Ganga, is another important river of North India. River Yamuna is the main tributary of the Ganga. Is another important river of North India. It joins the Ganga in Allahabad at a place called Sangam. Flowing swiftly down the mountains, the Ganga enters the plain at Haridwar. It flows through the states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. In West Bengal, it branches out into the Hooghly and Padma rivers. The Padma flows through Bangladesh and joins the Brahmaputra. The Hooghly flows through Kolkata to enter the Bay of Bengal. See what they are saying here. See Ganga. Here we are having a Ganga river, and Yamuna is the main tributary of a Ganga river. So it is coming from the Himalayas, yes, and it is known as a Bhagirathi also. So it joins Ganga at Allahabad. See here they are joining at Allahabad. Okay. So this place is called a Sangam, and it swift down the mountains. The Ganga enters the plain at Haridwar, and it flows through the states like Uttarakhand. We are having here Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal. It branches out into the Hooghly and Padma also. And what they are, the Padma flows through, see, they are the tributaries of that, so they are flowing from flows through the Bangladesh and flows through the Bangladesh. They are flowing through the Bangladesh, and the Hooghly flows through the Kolkata. Here we are having a Kolkata. Here they are flowing and they are entering into the Bay of Bengal. So students, till here we will stop, and the next, like Brahmaputra basin and the peoples and place in the northern plains, we will see in the next video. Wait for the next video, students, and practice the hard words. Thank you. Bye bye.